Hey, Living Water, we're going to go through chapter 4 of Galatians today. Paul is still working to talk to the Galatians about how they've fallen away from the true gospel, which is just faith in Jesus Christ. And so he gives a couple of examples, figurative examples here in the book chapter of 4. He's at the beginning. He's talking about a child, a boy, waiting on his inheritance for the time to come. That he's having to follow those rules and guidelines until his time comes. And then toward the end, he kind of gives the example of Abraham and how Abraham began to kind of try and do things on his own to make that promise that God had given him happen, and he had Ishmael, but soon God's promise was fulfilled through Sarah, and Isaac came along. And so Paul's kind of showing the difference here is, we don't need to take things into our own hands. This is not by works. It's not by following the law anymore and performing all of these acts and things that we had to do before the Messiah came. The one that was promised came, and we don't have to do that anymore. The gospel is as simple as believing and having faith in Jesus Christ. And so something I walked away with from reading that chapter was the fact that how many times do I try to take things in my own hands and make things work out the way I think they should, recalling God's promises in my life, and how many times do I try and step ahead of God and make that happen before it's supposed to happen. And so that was something that I walked away with from chapter 4. Paul reminding the Galatians that it's nothing that you can do by following the law. That old covenant is done, and now the new covenant is the gospel, which is the fact that Jesus is the Messiah, and you need to have faith in him alone. So keep reading with us. We only have a couple more days left of Galatians, then we're going to move right into another book. So if you haven't read up to this far, catch up, or just start where you are now and enjoy the fact that Paul is trying to encourage us to remember that our faith is on Jesus Christ alone. Bye, guys.